Also, I feel bad for Quistran because he is balling out with the most passing yards, and yet no one pays enough attention. But when Whitehead throws a 5-yard slant, people are like, wow, what a legend this man is. Oh my God, he's first ballot Hall of Fame. Yo, hello guys, and welcome back to the Metro News Network with your host, MetroJohnny. And today we have some things to cover around the league. This is going to be we got some stuff to talk about really quickly. Number one, I want to talk about the matchup between two running backs, of course, who are they're fighting to see who is the best to ever do it in the Metro Football League. Now, both of these players have plenty of time in their careers and they're nowhere near done, and yet we're already talking about these two potentially being the best because they've left the rest of the competition behind. But again, like I said, they're young players. They still have plenty of years left in the tank. But Zach Keister wanted to know all-purpose yards, and so I have found that. So for Zach Keister's all-purpose yards, which means his receiving and his running yards, altogether you have 1,485 yards. So you have 320 yards in receiving. You have 4 receiving touchdowns and 4 rushing touchdowns, which puts you right now at 8 touchdowns. Now this is just for this season. This isn't including what he's done in previous seasons, but so far that's his numbers for this season. Now, at the beginning of this year, I even said it on a Metro News Network. I said Zach Keister was going to win the best running back of the league award. Well, guess what? I freaking opened my mouth way too soon, and I'll admit it. Because Caleb Goins had a slow start to the season, but he's been on fire ever since, where he has 1,236 rushing yards, which is more than the rushing yards that Zach Keister has by a little bit, but he also has 423 receiving yards, which again is a little more than Zach Keister as well. So a total, he has 1,659 all-purpose yards, and this is where he really kind of blows out of the water. He has 10 rushing touchdowns on the season, and we still have 2 games to play, and he also has 2 receiving touchdowns, so 12 all together. So let's go ahead. Let's hop into the news. Really quick, TJ Jackson had his purpose. Dude, your story was way too brutal for me to make a video out of it. That was, I just can't share nothing like that, but that was a bad thing that happened to your character, man. But anyways, Good Morning Football had something to cover, and I can't believe this slipped past Metro News Network. Things like this normally don't, but there is a new person in the draft, and I'm excited for this player. I really am. This was a good comment and good story, background, should I say. But so he made a comment and he said, well, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but what about the 20-year-old junior that had the best Rose Bowl game as a wideout ever, with 31 targets and 21 catches for 497 yards and 3 touchdowns in UCLA's victory over Oregon? Yeah, the kid is just insanely good and a fast wideout. Yeah, I said fast. The kid is said to run a 3.97 40-yard dash, and that's great for his draft stock. And he is entering the NFL draft at 5'9", 169 pounds. But guess who he is? He's Trayvon Hopkins III. Yes, the great DeAndre Hopkins' grandson. He is set to be a beast and be a steal in the draft as a late third rounder, coming in with 111 catches for 1,799 yards this season. The only setback is that he's only 5'9", 169 pounds. Now, this is the thing, though. Another thing said is he struggles to get up in the air. He struggles to get up there and get the ball in those one-on-one key situations. He's 5'9", but not only that, his hops are a little questionable at best. So we'll see. He's got the speed, he's got the physicalness, but in some ways, he's quick off the snap, but can he play bigger than 5'9"? and bigger than 169 pounds. Only time will tell. I can't wait to see this guy. Good comment. Can't wait to see your guy play, though. Moving on, Caleb Goins says he has a feeling that the Dolphins are 8-6, and, well, I think it's safe to say that they are. But, yeah, so Caleb Goins, Tyreek said, look at us on a streak, bro. We're killing it out there. Do I smell a Super Bowl run? And is what Caleb Goins said. And Tyreek said, yes, I think so. Caleb Goins said, 2 more games in the regular season. We need to finish it off and win the division. Let's finish this strong. Then Ryan Hatcher. This is the most active team in the league. I love it. Ryan Hatcher said, hey, I knew we were better than 2-6. That win streak is a solid representation of how we do in Miami. Let's keep it going, boys. 100. All right, that's what I like to see. As far as going back, I don't want to miss anything too much. All right, here we go. Zach Keiser said on his personal channel, did I already cover this? No, I don't think I did. It says, hey, everyone, just finished a great workout and preparing to get a couple W's before we smoke that purple team and their third-rate sorry excuse of a quarterback. Since I said QB has no comebacks, and the reason I say this is because our quarterback has no comebacks in our beef. And frankly, I feel bad picking on such a meek player. Figured I'd look a different direction. Looking at you, Josh Cawthon, we get it. You are leading in sacks. We don't need you shoving it down our throats. We aren't impressed at all. You are a one-dimensional edge rusher that poaches late-game sacks that don't matter against bad offensive lines. I would absolutely wipe the floor with you in the running game. Look, you are good at what you do. The one thing you do. Wow. Can we real quick just pause for a second, and I just want to note the IQ that Zach Keister has on football. Like, I've never seen anyone talk like this besides, I mean, they're out there. I know they're out there. I mean, I'm just the way a lot of people don't know about that, like you know those late game sacks and how players sometimes, even though they have those high sack numbers, doesn't mean necessarily that they're good. You know, they get, you got to take a look at when they're getting their sacks. Is it really late in the game when the offensive line is kind of fatigued, or maybe it's like maybe one time early, like first drive where the offensive line was off cue, but for the rest of the game they shut them down. Those are a lot of things that these basic football watchers of the I guess I should say of the sport don't really realize. That he's showing his IQ there, and he's calling out Josh Cawthon's. Now, we don't know when Josh Cawthon got his sacks, and he's leading the league for a reason. But Zach Keister basically, he backed it up of why he's doing it. He needs a challenge. And so Josh Cawthon, out of all of that, should be actually proud of himself to get a call out by the man, Zach Keister. So, moving on. So Gregory Shelton had this to say. He said, sad to see the Steelers lost. Even in 2031, the Steelers still play down to their competition. But I feel like after this Dolphins win, they'll most likely go 8-8 and make the conference championship. But for the Steelers, hang in there. Just 2 more wins, and you automatically make the playoffs. Also, I feel bad for Quistran because he is balling out with the most passing yards, and yet no one pays enough attention. But when Whitehead throws a 5-yard slant, people are like, wow, what a legend this man is. Oh my God, he's first ballot Hall of Fame. Dude, okay, let's comment down there, dude. First off, he just burned Tyreek, but at the same time, in this game, Tyreek bombed it down the field multiple times. But anyways, of course, no disrespect to Whitehead. He actually played pretty good this game. This game, should I note. Kind of like today, how Big Ben is balling out every year except 2019, and people just brush him off. Okay, well, that is disrespect to Whitehead. Let's see what Whitehead had to say. He said, at Gregory Shelton, the difference is I'm efficient and make winning plays. My 5-yard throws puts us in positions to win. I don't waste possessions, so when you mention my name, it better be in a Hall of Fame conversation or keep it out of your mouth. Then Gregory Shelton said, Whitehead, hey man, I'm I'm not trying to disrespect you. I respect your game and everything. I'm just saying that Quashawn deserves the amount of attention as you. And I'll have to disagree on that. I'm not saying Quashawn is not a good quarterback because he's among in my top 5. But he hasn't done and hasn't had the consistency that Tyreek Whitehead has had. Tyreek has had a lot of consistency, and we all seen what Gregory Shelton's stats were. So just gonna put that out there. Anyways, Caleb Goins then said at Gregory Shelton, no, he don't, bro. Tyreek is in a whole different level for QBs in the MFL. What are you talking about? Then Luke Adams said, I think Tyreek gets attention because he is active in the comments and he's an active player. Yes, of course, that's always going to be the biggest thing. I mean, you could be a crap player. And you know what? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Screw it. You could be a crap player like Gregory Shelton, okay? Look, I try no disrespect or anything, Gregory Shelton. I mean, you're active in the comments, and you are, again, if we're talking about my favorite subscribers, you're among one of the best, man, because you are a comment and you help my channel out. So this is all, when I talk crap, this is all just for the series. But yeah, you could be a crap player like Gregory Shelton, but you could talk smack. And yeah, so we're still going to tune into you on Sundays because you're interesting, man, and you make the series fun. So yeah, of course you're going to get attention, but can you back it up? They're both active. Gregory Shelton and Tyreek Whitehead is active, but who do we talk about more? I would like to say Tyreek Whitehead because he not only does he talk, but he puts up the numbers too. Gregory Shelton is a starter, but he's putting up 3rd or 4th string numbers as a wide receiver. So yeah, he talks, but we're not tuning into his game all the time because, well, I mean, what is there to tune into if you can't play? So yes, Luke Adams, you're right, but you're also wrong at the same time. And then Caleb Goins said, well, some would say the same for Zach Keister. Caleb Goins said, Luke, dude, wait a second. Yeah, I mean, that's true, though. I wouldn't say that's a diss. I don't know, Caleb Goins. Did you mean that in a diss way? You let me know, man. Zach Keister, wait a second. He said, well, some would say for Zach Keister as well. You're only getting attention because you're active in the comments, or what? Is that what you're trying to say, Caleb Goins? I don't know. Oh, man. I don't think that's how he meant it, but we'll see. Okay. Let's go back to... man, there's a lot, dude. There's a lot I need to cover, but I don't want this thing to get too bad. So we'll take a look at this last comment here, then we'll zoom up to the most recent ones, and then we'll end the episode. So Caleb Goins, after the game, said, a reporter asked him, how do you feel after coming off a bad performance? Even though you won, it was a bad performance for you individually. How do you feel? And CG just said, well, first off, we won against the number 2 team in the league, but then again, I had about 20 carries for only 75 yards, somewhere around that. But I'm not going to complain. The field pretty well in 5. Wait, I'm not going to complain about my line or run because they didn't block crazy good. But they did their job most of the game, and if you watch the game, you can see I was actually moving the ball down the field pretty well in 5-yard or more. The problem was I love the rock, but I believe they was giving the ball to me too much in times where it didn't make sense. 25 carries is bad when you have the best QB in the league who played outstanding. So really, coach's game plan was kind of bad because the Steelers' coverage obviously couldn't hold down our receivers nor our QB, but they kept giving me the ball with it being clear that their D-line was getting through. Our O-line easily. So just game plan, I thought we could have won by more, but I'm happy with the win nonetheless, and now we have to make a playoff push, and we'll see how it goes. So Zach Keister said, that reporter was an asshole for bluntly saying you were bad. Hello. And that reporter actually ended up getting fired, and I hear that... Yeah, dude, he got fired. Okay. James Skaggs says, big win for the Dolphins. Hey, Pittsburgh, look at your boy. Think I could contribute a lot on the field for the greatest organization in our league. Caleb Goins says, James, you a great player and a beast, but they got Luke Adams, so that is true. But then James Skaggs also says, true, but double threat would be cool. And we are playing in a league where multiple tight ends are used. Then Caleb Goins says, true, but calm down, man. I don't want to have to play against that stacked team in the playoffs. Oh, they have George Kittle as well. Could you imagine? He's 38-7 though. But anyways, all right, we're gonna go to the most recent. I do apologize, man, if I missed anybody, but there's so much we got to cover. So this is literally the latest comment here. This is from Tyreek Whitehead. He said, honestly, I think I should win the best QB award, being I've been snubbed the past 2 years. I've been in the league 4 years, and I only missed the playoffs once. And I haven't thrown more than 10 picks since my rookie year. Is that true? Wait, I gotta check that before we read any more. Has he only... There's no way. You've thrown 6 this year. Once. I haven't thrown more than 10 picks since my rookie year. Oh no. We gotta make sure that this is right. That's definitely wrong, dude. You've thrown... Oh, well, unless you're talking about per season. Because you are right about that. You've never thrown 10 or more per season. That's probably what you meant, honestly. It sounds like you're saying you haven't even thrown 10 picks since you've been in the league. But yeah, the most picks you threw was last season. You threw 9. So... You're definitely, if that's what you meant, you're definitely correct. So let's keep reading. He says, yeah, there might be some guys better in the stats, but on that field, it's a different story. I get in my bag and make magic happen alongside Goins. Stats don't make us talent and hard work, but hard work does. Also, I'm sharing touches with one of the absolute best RBs in the MFL, and my stats are still up there with the so-called best QBs. I say so-called because I'm the best in my eyes, not anyone else. That award should go to me. If it doesn't, oh well, but that's my thoughts. It's only gonna push me to go even harder. Hashtag Fins for life. Now, as the I'm the one who hands out these MFL awards, and I promise you, when I feel like you deserve it, you will get it. And I'm just going to have to disagree with you. I respect your game, and I definitely talk highly of Whitehead, but just being an analyst, I can't show any things, and there's certain years. That's the thing about these awards. They don't look at your career. They look at your individual seasons in that season. That doesn't take in consideration of what you did last year. That's out the window. So in each year, there has been a better quarterback. Now, with that being said, as we take a look this year, who's in the running to win it? Well, it's either Casey Woods or it's Luke Carnahan. And that's just because they're dominating the league. Luke Carnahan's only thrown 4 interceptions compared to his 37 touchdowns, and Casey Woods has thrown only 2 interceptions, and he's thrown 36 touchdowns. As to where right now, if we're taking a look at Whitehead, he's thrown 25 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions. Now, as far as yards go, they have also more yards thrown as well. So in every category, honestly, they're winning. So don't get me wrong. In my opinion, you've probably had one of the best careers and consistencies of anyone in the league. But for that peak performance in each season, there's always been like that one dude who just has that blowout year and overdoes you. So we'll see. There's 2 games to go. But it honestly, as much as I'd like to give it to a Miami quarterback, it's not looking like that's going to be the case this year. And we'll see what Tyreek Whitehead has to say about that, man. But let's keep moving. Jamie Bell, congrats to all these guys. Big shout out to them. And if you don't know what he's looking at, let's take a little look. Just in case anyone missed it, man, you got to make sure you're staying up to date. But on not just my videos, but the community tab as well. Is there any way I can look at this, make it bigger? No. Okay, I guess not. But this is what it is here. Career stats so far now. This is a couple weeks old now, but these were the leaders back then. Most awards won by one player is Caleb Goins. He has 2 awards, best running back. Of course, you have all these leaders here. And of course, the biggest award you can win in this series is a Super Bowl MVP award. And only one subscriber has done that here so far, and that's Steven Cruz. We'll see if there's any more coming. So moving on, rookie Omar has this to say. He says, I would really like to apologize to all the Saints fans for a really disappointing season. We tried all we had, and this season shows that we aren't ready for the NFL yet. We could just give up right here and lose the next two to lock up the #1 draft pick, but I really despise tanking. So for these next 2 games, I'm going to play them like they're my last. That right there is an awesome comment, and I hope the best for the Saints. If you don't end up winning those 2 games, hey, it's a win. You get the #1 draft pick, but if you win them, maybe that's a chemistry boost and just a motivation of morale to going into the next season. So then Jamie Bell also had to say this, 3-10, man, we are struggling. Zach, I would love to have you on the Raiders with me, but if they can't make moves to help us, I wouldn't blame you if you went somewhere else in the offseason. If they can't make moves, I might have to leave in the future. I know I might not be doing my best, but still. So that is something to keep in mind as well. And Christian Griffin also said the same thing. Man, my Packers is hot trash. I need a new team. This sucks. And, you know, all I can say is you're a rookie. Buy your time, man. I definitely want to tune into a game because he's a defensive subscriber, man. And you know me, I like my defense. So I think the Packers are going to be on my list to cover here close. Obviously, this season's almost up, but maybe right off the rip in next season, we take a look at Christian Griffin and see what he's got. Then back to Gregory Shelton. Now this is, again, these are more recent comments. He said, okay, for our team, the Cowboys, this is the most stressed we've been because we need one more win and the Giants to lose to basically make the playoffs. But if we lose the 2 games and the Giants win 1 or 2, we miss it all entirely. And that's a scary thought. We had multiple group meetings about all of this, and we just need to forget about the fear because that is what kills playoff hopes and also bad performances. So for the last remainder games, the whole team is going to give it everything we got to make sure we don't miss out because this year is our year. And during the playoffs, everyone is going to be like, how about them Cowboys? Man, time will tell. It seems like the Cowboys are always there on the edge of playoffs and they always miss it. We'll get to see if this is the year we actually do say, how about them Cowboys? So I think that may be it. Well, really quick, Caleb Goins has a bold statement. He went out on his Twitter. He said, if I win the Super Bowl this year, I'm closer to being the best running back. I'm not saying I'm the best, but in the running back convo, it's either me or Zach. And everyone else is on a whole level below us. I do, and then I even went out, reached out to him. And I said, you know what? This is a true statement. I think the best running back race is between you two, and if you were to win a Super Bowl, that's going to shoot you above and beyond. But especially if you win a Super Bowl MVP title, I think it'll be safe to say that you've locked in the bag that you are the best running back to do it so far. But time will tell because you are both very young and you still have so many seasons to play. So it's too early right now to say. But if you do win that, I think we can go ahead and say it. So that's going to wrap it up here for right now, guys. I know this was a longer episode, but we had a lot to cover. I know there's a lot of messages that I meant and that I missed. I mean, I really wanted to get everything in here, but I got so far behind on the Metro News. You guys are crushing it with leaving cool comments like this. And if I did leave something out that you took your time on to write, I do apologize for that. Keep it coming because I do appreciate them. And I love getting your guys' storylines and things like this on the channel. It's just awesome, the interaction that we have. So make sure to keep crushing the comments and hit the like if you did enjoy the video. And just spread the word of the channel so we can keep growing. But as always, guys, I hope you had an amazing time, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Peace.